Welcome into the bunker. Hopefully you guys had a great day. And I wanted to just look at some of the altcoins today, actually. I think that a lot of these are starting to be to a point of oversold. And so I just wanted to take a look because I wanted to take a look because I think that this is sort of a point where I would be looking to average in. Not financial advice, but this is one of the coins I like, Polkadot. So let's start with that. I just think there's a point where you look at the future and you know it's going to be digital, okay? And the people who say that it's not they're living in the past. And they're living in fear, and a lot of people are living in fear right now. A ton of people, actually, and myself included. And I just think that there comes a point where you have to understand that we're not going to all be like locked away, and not allowed to do anything. Like, I think, people look at the World Economic Forum and they hear them say, like, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. I don't know. I don't think that actually is going to happen. And I think they say those things to actually put people in fear. And I do think that they want the fear, potentially. Potentially they want people to be in fear so that they can't get ahead in life. Maybe they want to keep people down. I don't know. But anyway, the World Economic Forum, if you believe in what they say, they talk about Polkadot. Okay, they talk about Chainlink. They talk about XRP. These are just a few of the coins that are mentioned on their website, but you can go and look. Coinbase is a partner of the World Economic Forum. So if you believe that the World Economic Forum is this like powerful leader who can do whatever it wants, well, why do they have all of these decentralized open cryptos, on their website? So I think what will happen is we're going to move towards a more tech society where you will have to have digital currencies. You might, it might be a renaissance. It might actually be a renaissance of technology and health, where everything's being tracked. And, some people won't like that, but some people will, because then they know, like, okay, I'm being healthy in these areas, things like that. So I think that crypto is really going to help that in terms of data, in terms of taking data from one place and connecting it to another place, like Chainlink does, or a decentralized network like Polkadot that allows people to create products on top. And it also, Polkadot is more for public companies. It's really for anyone. But public companies in particular, I think, fit the best with Polkadot. Because of the way that they connect back to the Polkadot chain with the security of the chain, but they don't have any guidelines or like restrictions on what you can do once you're building your own parachain off the chain. So it takes on the security of Polkadot, but it actually takes on all of its own characteristics on the side. So that's really interesting. And if we're looking at the weekly chart here, I do think we're catching some serious support. I think we're making higher lows. And if you think of like this as a bear market, I think that that's definitely possible. I think that we could kind of bounce like around like sideways here for a while. And then maybe we do dip, right? But then it goes right back up. So it's kind of one of these situations where, is it really, if you think that crypto is going to zero, then you wouldn't buy here as like a dollar cost average. I think that some of the majors like Ethereum and Bitcoin actually might have more room up to the downside. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it just feels to me like they've sort of been held up, and maybe there's like one last dip that we get based on those. But I'm comfortable averaging in. I do think that we're going into sort of bad scenario for risk assets and stocks. So this is kind of very contrary to sort of my belief. And that's why I'm saying, if I had to say, if you have like a chunk set aside, it would be like 25% that you would allocate to like a couple different coins that you like. For me, this is one of them. And I will take you through a few other ones that I like. We can look at Chainlink. And, say what you want about Chainlink. Obviously, a lot of people don't like it. I've expressed dislike towards it in the past because it seems like the founders like dump on people a lot. Like the Chainlink whales are actually just the founders. But at some point, you have to sort of say, okay, where are we here? Are we going to go to zero? We can show that and show that, oh, wow, like we've caught support this entire time with that. But then that, I think, shows us some support there. So maybe we're caught in between these. But I do think we're at a point where, like, are we really going to break this and just go back to like $4 where I was buying in March 2020? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that this is sort of, it could be an extended bear market. Okay. So we could be an extended bear market here where we're just averaging in, we're just averaging in here. And again, like we just kind of go sideways here for a while. And then eventually we catch a bid, in like a year or something like that. Okay. So that's very possible. But you have to have a long-term view on some of these things. And, you have to have an open mind that, Chainlink really does provide Oracle services for most projects in the space, even on Polkadot, even on, other chains. So it's a very, very powerful, like innovation. And, Chainlink is something that it takes data from, say, like a bank, or say it takes like weather data and it verifies that data off chain, and then it comes back on chain and can verify that in like betting situations. So if people are betting on an event, like a sporting event, this can actually verify that based on a consensus mechanism that tells you which piece of data is correct. So for example, like weather, like sporting events where you have multiple different sources you can get to find the truth. And this is going to be important going forward to know that we have secure, truthful data. And like I said, they're a partner of the World Economic Forum for a reason. They've done presentations for them. Sergey Nazarov, is a really innovative person who is like really big into decentralization. So maybe we should root for and obviously decentralization isn't the founders dumping the coin. So I don't like that. Another one I like, I've talked about in the past, YGG. So YGG is Yield Guild Games, and this thing is basically at zero. So you have to love that if you're a long-term investor and you're someone that believes in what they're doing, which I do. I do think that play to earn gaming is going to be a massive market. Yield Guild Games right now is sitting at about a 450, maybe less, maybe $300 million market cap. And for me, the addressable market for basically what they are is like sort of like an organization, but it's a decentralized organization that accumulates assets like NFTs and in-game items like Axie Infinity little Axies, and then they lend them out to players who then go and earn money as a job playing these games. So it's basically a lending service for NFTs and for gaming, but it democratizes play to earn, because you don't have to have like, if you don't have like $3,000 to go buy an in-game item, Yield Guild will do that for you. They'll lend it out to you at a rate, and then you'll probably make enough money to be able to pay them back and more potentially. That's kind of the idea of it. But you can also go and like they help you earn yields, on those assets as well. So you can borrow an asset and then use it to earn a yield on it. And it's not only about that. It's about them accumulating assets and really forming teams as well. So forming like esports teams essentially. So think of like how big esports is going to be and how big play to earn video games are going to be when this new generation of kids come up who are used to playing video games a lot. If we're in the metaverse a lot, then these play to earn gamers are really going to gravitate towards yield guilds. So I think that it could be in the future, potentially a $30 billion token, essentially, which is 100x from here. Okay. So if you put $200 in, all of a sudden you're going to have $20,000. And that's the shots you have to take. That's what in crypto, like that can happen. So that can actually happen. And right now we're sitting at like 0. So if you ever think like, hey, I want to have 100x on something, YGG right now essentially is at 0. Same with Decentral Games. Okay. I think that this total addressable market cap as well could easily be the same. Okay. So, this is potentially the wrong chart. Let me just try to, they actually switched tokens. So, they switched to a token that has a larger denomination of tokens. And so that's the reason that they had this, everything kind of got switched here with some of these, but this could be the same thing. This could be the same thing. Yeah. So I think you actually have to go down and like, so it's 20 cents. It's worth 20 cents. It's only been trading for a little while here. So yeah, it's pretty, in terms of, there's big investors in on this. Basically, this is a play to earn poker. So you can earn tokens, basically earn money from playing poker, which is really cool. Yeah, you can earn money. And I think that poker and casino games are actually going to be one of the biggest use cases for the metaverse. Me personally, I'm probably not going to use much of the metaverse, but if I can meet my buddy who lives in Philly and we can go to a casino in the metaverse, sit down at a blackjack table or a poker table and play and see each other and like talk to each other and stuff, that's going to be really, really cool. And I think that technology is coming in the future. And so this essentially is the biggest play to earn gambling sort of casino setup. They have casinos in multiple metaverses. They're gonna have more. And so I see it as a massive market, and it's only $80 million market cap right now, $80 million. And again, none of this is financial advice, but a lot of this is going to have to be approved as well by the SEC, by regulators. But we saw the UK regulators come out and say, okay, we want innovation. And I think that they're doing the right thing, because if I was a person that wanted to get everyone on the blockchain for bad purposes, maybe even, I would first introduce it as, hey, we have this currency. It's backed by Bitcoin. It's built on Ethereum. And all the tokens that you traded are totally good to go. You're good. Everything's good. Tokens are there's a new, rules behind them that are going to help innovation. And then bam, I mean, we're there, so, we have Binance Smart Chain invested in this. We have Polygon who's invested in this. DG actually has a huge treasury as well. And I wouldn't even be surprised if their treasury was bigger than their market cap right now. Actually, I might even look that up, because you can see it on their website. You can see their treasury. They have $50 million in the treasury. Okay. They had $7 million revenue last month. So they're the stats for you. And so they're essentially trading at book value. Okay. So, that's like if you had a bank, that was trading for the same amount as the money that they held in their treasury. So we're basically, bottoming out. If you want to purchase DG, actually, I might even just show this in live time, potentially here. I might show you guys how to purchase DG because it's harder to purchase than other coins here. So just hang on, just bear with me here. I'm going to show you how to do this. So all you need is a MetaMask wallet, and you can go to sushi.com. Well, first of all, you can go to crypto.com app. You can buy Matic. You can send it to your MetaMask, okay? So you just take your MetaMask wallet here, okay? And all you have to do is just, bam, press that, copy to clipboard, maybe email it to yourself, copy and paste it. Use the Polygon network when you're sending it to your wallet. And then you have Matic in your wallet. You have to actually create the Polygon as well, network, but you can look that up. How do I add Polygon as a network on MetaMask? It's not that hard. Once you send it, you then use your Matic to buy DG. So you just type in DG, and Sushi has it because Sushi's the best. And then, I think it's just fetching possibly the amount of Matic that I have. It says it's 0, but yeah, we saw it's not. So, yeah, I mean, that's how you do it. Then you swap. So I'll do that later, but just to show you guys how to do that. So yeah, really, really good game there. I also like audio. Okay, so Audius, it's invested in by like Katy Perry, Nas, some of the bigger players. It got pumped really hard today, which is interesting. When it pumps, it pumps. And this is a coin that it's really all about ownership of your own music. So people that are artists can produce music and then put it on the blockchain and then kind of connect with their fans through Audius instead of through a record label. So it gives them better percentages. And I think this is one of the biggest use cases really for blockchain is this as well. So again, this is like a $1 billion market cap, total addressable market cap. I mean, it could be 100 billion. This could easily be 100x. And I don't mean to sound like super bullish because I'm not. I'm telling you to average in because it could easily go lower. We could go sideways for a year. Like I said, you can just kind of keep averaging in. I'm not sure I expect it to just be like this crazy spike. But right now to me feels a little bit like a fake out. If you look at Bitcoin, I think people are, in fear, look at what we're getting rejected off of now on the daily. It's crazy, but we're also catching right into support here. So, and people think, oh, it's below 40K. It doesn't look good. It just keeps dumping. Right. But again, these are usually, potentially buying opportunities. That's what I said down here. And now we're sort of testing that low again around there. So see what happens there. Another one I like is, I'll just throw them all out there. Kusama. I like Kusama, which is it's like the sister chain to Polkadot. So again, this is probably like a 3. It's essentially does the same thing as Polkadot. And I just think at this point we're sort of getting these bargain basement prices on these assets. And so it's kind of to a point where it's okay, I get it, but we're in a bear market, okay. But maybe this is the first average in a bear, right? And it could go lower, but are we going to really catch the low? I don't know. Are you going to catch that? Or are you going to be paying attention? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's gone. So, we'll see what happens, but I don't think that's what, I think we could go sideways for longer than that, but we'll see. I mean, if you know, if we go to a digital currency, you know, in less than a year, then, you know, what happens then, right? Kind of have to ask yourself, you know, if we're going into this digital world, what are the tokens that I, you know, want to have a piece of? Because there's only a limited amount of these things. Those are probably the ones that I'll cover for now. I'll give you another one that's like a weird one, really weird. Potential, in my opinion, to 100x. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, just based on the reason, like, and this is like because it's like a $50 million coin. Okay, so you could put like $50 into this, and yeah, you're gonna come out like, who knows, right? You just leave it, you just don't look at it. But what it is, it's essentially at zero. This is it's a quadratic funding mechanism. So it's a decentralized organization that basically funds public goods and like charity and things like that. And I think that charity and crypto is going to be a massive thing. I think that people are going to fund public goods with crypto, and whatever that means for this token, I don't know. I don't know what this token really does, but I know that Gitcoin itself does quadratic funding. Okay, so look up quadratic funding, and you know probably why it's the future. And I think a lot of people mention, like Joe Lubin, Vitalik Buterin, they mention Gitcoin a lot. Okay, so one that I think is interesting. I also this one, unfortunately, I don't think I held on to this. I had some. It actually is up. This is the only thing that's up since, you know, I started to sell, I think, or maybe it's not. Let's see. Yeah. No, I mean, I was probably selling around something like 280. Yeah. So maybe it is like the same. But yeah, I mean, we crossed bullish. Now we tested back. Are we going to go? I mean, Lido is basically staking organization. So they hold a ton of staked Ethereum. And when we go to proof of stake, people are going to look to who's the most secure platform, best earnings that I can have on my ETH. And I think it's going to be potentially Lido. So yeah, I mean, check that out as well. So hopefully you guys got something out of the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and have a great day.